Am I the idiot for ruining a family relationship due to a feud with my cousin? So it all began about 2 months ago when I, female 20, started talking to my second cousins, female 21, Bella, boyfriend's brother, male 19, Dylan. Bella and I were quite close, we told each other everything. It hadn't always been this way, however, I thought that we were past the bullshit petty fights. It was kind of exciting talking to Dylan. But boy was I wrong. Dylan and I bonded over some small similarities in our life, and I honestly felt myself kind of falling for him. I approached Bella about the situation and explained excitedly that we were talking. She blew up. She wouldn't respond to me and was ignoring my messages. I was totally confused and left in the dark. She told me that she thought the only reason that I was talking to Dylan was due to an insecurity about her and her boyfriend's relationship. I assured her that I was not that kind of person and would never do that to my family, especially her. To me, I was excited that we would potentially become sister-in-laws. I know we weren't gonna get married, but it was still fun to think about. I told her that if it came down to it, I would block Dylan and would never speak to him again if it was going to ruin our friendship. She made it extremely clear that it was my choice of what I wanted to do, and if I genuinely liked him, I could do what I wanted. We left it at that, and I phased out my conversations with Dylan. 2 weeks later, Dylan and I saw each other out. He came over and we slept together. Bear in mind, we were absolutely plastered, and in the right state of mind, I probably would have made a different decision. The next day I told Bella and she was pissed. I found out from Dylan that she left her boyfriend's house crying. I honestly have no idea why this hits her so deep, and she won't tell me. I feel like if I understood the situation a little better and her feelings towards it, I would have never hooked up with Dylan. After I found out she was upset, I sent her a massive paragraph saying how sorry I was and how family matters over everything. She then uninvited, only me, not the rest of my family, from her 21st birthday event. I decided to cut my losses and send her a final paragraph, in an attempt to get some closure. I sent it over a week ago, and she once again left it unread. Until today. She responded telling me that she had decided to uninvite me from her birthday, as she didn't want the feud to outshine her day. She asked me, without really asking me, to not tell my parents the true reason as to why I am no longer invited, as she appreciated the relationship she has with my parents and does not want anything to come between it, and vice versa. I replied saying I totally understood and that I would never say anything to jeopardize their relationship. But it got me thinking, if she wasn't in the wrong, then why would she ask me not to tell my parents what truly happened? So my question is, am I the idiot? Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot. Honestly, I do not understand what your cousin's problem is. It's not like you were trying to steal her boyfriend away from her. She is being unreasonable because something is going on in her relationship with her boyfriend. So you are not the idiot, OP. Don't sweat about it. Comment 2. There's probably more we don't know. Probably more you don't know. But as it stands, not the idiot. She's being really unreasonable and cruel. She doesn't own her boyfriend's brother. I would not respect her asking for privacy on this, and tell her that you won't keep it a secret because she is being unfair and has been rather cruel. If she wants to behave like this, she can own her behavior. Then the original poster responded with, also I forgot to add, she told Dylan that she could get him with way hotter girls than me. I only found this out recently. It hurts because she knows my issues with my self-image, and I expressed that to her, and she didn't even acknowledge it. Now for the update. So a lot has happened since I last posted. So the story goes. 2 days after I received Bella's text agreeing I won't tell my parents, I am riding with my mum in the car, and she tells me she had a very interesting phone call with Bella's mum. I said she freaking told her parents everything that happened when she had specifically asked me not to. So I wasn't allowed my opportunity to explain my side of the story? I'm not sure. Luckily me and mum had a big conversation about the whole situation, and she was incredibly supportive. I then sent her a text that night basically pouring my heart out. She could have created serious mistrust with my parents, something that I worked really hard to develop. I was so shocked and disappointed. Left it unread. She never replied or addressed it. Probably because I didn't hold back in my texts. Also, she uninvited my parents, lol. Later on my mum and her mum met up to discuss the whole situation, and it was clear that her mother didn't believe me. So I proceeded to send her 28 screenshots of our entire conversation. Further on down the track, I message Bella again. She states she's not ready to forgive. I move on, but amazingly we both are invited to a 21st event. When we got there I saw her, she didn't even flinch. We didn't mutter a single word to another the whole night. We haven't spoken since. After the situation, I cut it off with Dylan even when I didn't want to. He still texts me saying he wants to see me till this day. And that is where the situation ends a year after the incident. Any QS, leave them in the comments. Edit. Okay, so for all of those who are asking why I cut it off with Dylan, Number 1, he is younger than me, and when we met he had recently graduated. I did feel like he had a bit of growing to do before things got serious. Number 2, our relationship was quite casual. I did have feelings, but I had no idea where that was gonna go, and I thought the way it all started, especially with the Bella situation, just didn't feel right starting a relationship like that. Which brings me on to my next point. Number 3, I didn't feel that it was worth maybe ruining a relationship with my family members over a relationship with a guy that could possibly go nowhere. We are so young, and whilst I don't actually think it would ruin my family, I do imagine that tension would arise. Which to me, isn't worth it. I know family doesn't end all be all, but my family is a big priority to me. It just didn't seem worth it in the grand scheme of things. And trust me guys, Dylan is fine. I've heard through the grapevine he is doing pretty well for himself, lol. We still talk occasionally and are friendly though. Also, he knew about the entire situation, and we were low-key team in the whole thing. Comment 1. Why should you cut things off with Dylan? And keep bending to Bella's demands? Don't be an idiot to yourself. Then the original poster responded with, I just don't know. I feel like the whole situation has put a sour taste in my mouth. I just can't be bothered with more drama. Dylan is a nice guy, yes, but we both deserve a relationship that isn't built on drama, if you get what I mean. Also, if it did go anywhere, I don't want to see Bella. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to be put in that awkward position. These are things that will eventually happen. I just don't want that, and can't be bothered. I am no contact with Bella, and I want it to stay that way. I feel like if I dated Dylan, I would be opening up that door again, and honestly I can't be bothered. She isn't a good person and she will never understand, so what's the point in arguing or stooping down to her level? Quite frankly, it's wasted energy and wasted breath that I can put somewhere else. I used to stand up for myself a lot, but it made me an angry person because I could never understand why they wouldn't see my point of view. But that's the thing, some people just won't. They'll die before ever admitting they're wrong. She won't reply, or she'll just be a witch about the situation. Not worth my time or energy. Comment 2. I have a question. Are Bella and her BF still together? Do you know what her BF thinks of all this? Also, why are you freezing Dylan out if you like him? Bella has burned your friendship to the ground even though you bent to her completely unreasonable demands. You owe her nothing. If he's still texting you after 9 months, and you're still thinking about it, there's clearly the possibility of something real there. Then the original poster responded with, Bella and the BF are still together, and going strong. There was a sensitive situation at the time that I think made her so mad about the whole thing, but that is unfortunately too deep for Reddit. I don't know what the boyfriend thought though. I might ask Dylan, not sure. Comment 3. You're the idiot. Wow, you are a complete mess, aren't you? First of all, you deliberately started talking to your cousin's boyfriend's brother, even though you knew it would cause tension in the family. You claim it was innocent, but we all know you were attracted to him and wanted to pursue something more. Then, when your cousin rightfully expressed her concerns and asked you not to pursue anything with Dylan, you went ahead and slept with him anyway. You betrayed your cousin's trust and crossed a major boundary. It's no wonder she was upset and cried over the situation. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like. It really helps the channel grow. See you next time.